Yeah, that's the 133
That was my
proof.
palate cleanser.
Idiot.
That's the start of the video. Welcome, Bourbon Idiots, the podcast that ditches snobby talk to tell you straight if this stuff is worth your time and money, bringing you good conversation and hopefully better bourbon. I'm Jeremy. That's Pat McAfee's long-lost brother, Phil. And today we are responding to a viewer comment, and we're going to taste Jack 10 and 12, but also someone was curious how Jack 10 compares to 1924. So we're going to throw that in there, but it's mainly going to be tasting Jack 10 and Jack 12. How you doing, Phil?
Good. Been a long time.
Yeah. Our last episode was the Millennium Green versus Driftless Glen. Surprising with that. I am a self-confessed, I don't like Jack 7. I can't drink it without my head twitching. You love Jack 7.
Yeah.
You're a longtime friend of Jack.
Yep. Me and Jack go way back.
The 10 and the 12, I think we've had these for a couple of years. 14 is new. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen 14.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I hear it's out there, but
It's so limited. Yeah. Even talking to liquor store managers, no, we don't get it, or we got one, which is ridiculous. So let's visit the 10 and the 12. Go right to the sheet. Let's get right to it. They're both obviously by Brown-Forman. They make all Jack Daniels in Louisville, Kentucky. The 10 is obviously 10 years old, 97 proof. I wouldn't call it seasonal, but it's not readily available on the shelf either.
I've only seen it come out once. I heard they had a new release, not the beginning of this year, but a release this year, but I've not seen it on a shelf.
Huh. These are only 700 ml. They're not 750s. I never realized that.
Nope, that's 750.
Yeah, most are 750. 700 I would associate with European, but yeah. Huh. The 10 and the 12 are both 700 ml. But normal Jack, I don't think I have a Jack under the bar. I was looking under the bar here. For the audio listeners that don't see what we're doing. I mean, it's got gold foil on the bottle versus normal. Oh, these do say batch 1 on them. Oh, actually, no, your 12 says batch 1. Your 10 says batch 2. So we must have got them at different times.
Thought we got them the same time.
What's my 12? Batch 1. So yeah, we both have batch 1 of 12. Of the 12 year.
I think the one year they came out with a 10 year. And then the next year they had a 10 year and a 12 year. So that would coincide with the batch number.
That makes sense. Yeah. And we happened to grab both of these at the same time. You had them poured already here. So this is the 24.
Yep.
Okay.
12, 10.
You want to start with the 10?
Yep.
All right. Let's go right to the 10. Oh, it does say limited release on the side now. So I guess I would call it a limited.
The 12 does too.
So limited release. It's not seasonal. It's not a regular limited. But I don't know if oxidation is going to come into play. My neck's not twitching. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's oakier than regular Jack.
I don't get anything on the nose. It makes me think of my grill. Maybe it's the charcoal I'm getting. Or a barbecue kind of smell is what my brain is relating to it. Smoke and wood and oak.
I mean, it's smooth for being 97 proof.
It is smooth. And I just went to the dentist today and had my cleaning, so my mouth is completely fresh. Oh,
yeah. So I don't get any fruit flavors like we do from the 1924.
I would say it's decent. It's not bourbon. It's decent whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've had plenty of other 10 years. 10 years is a good mark for okay, this is something that's matured. It's aged in the oak. It's taken on the tannins. It's good. Won't grade it yet, but I mean, it's good.
So you got to remember Jack is a sour mash?
Is it? Yes. Which, I don't know. What is that? What does sour mash mean?
They don't want to be called, I don't want to put it, can't say they don't want to be called. They want to be known for their process, which that charcoal filtered process they do, which is unique to Jack Daniels.
And you've seen that. You've been down to the distillery, right? It's just a giant vat of charcoal, and they pour it through?
Yep. It drips through. I don't know how fast it pours, but it goes in and it's tall and deep.
Like, how tall are we talking? 20, 30?
Probably 18 feet, 15, 18 feet.
So you could fall in and get lost.
Oh, yeah.
Tall. Okay. And it's just charcoal chips? So how much do you have to pour into that at any point in time? It's saturated, right? It's got to be.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
They change it out. I don't know how often. I didn't ask. And if they did tell me, I don't remember. I wasn't interested in that. I was like, okay, let's get to the tasting part,
Yeah, let's get to business. It's not offensive to me. And I can't drink Jack 7. I can't. We do have. You've got the single barrel here. Like, I could probably sip this.
Where was I going with that? I don't think it's a wheated bourbon. They would be known as a whiskey.
Right. I would say wheat. Well, is it?
No, I don't think
It's a whiskey. It doesn't say bourbon.
Because they don't want to be. They want to be again, Jack, unique.
Right.
It's like Dickel's is a sour mash. It's a whiskey.
Do they have
George Dickel's.
Okay. Yeah, no flavor notes are jumping out.
I know we're not talking about Dickel, but the 10-year Jack is better than the 10-year Dickel's.
I don't think I've ever had
It's just got a different taste to it.
Okay. And I keep going back to sipping it. Like, it's good.
Yeah, for you not being a Jack drinker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting any crazy fruits.
Just the oakiness.
Just the oakiness, yeah. And then the burn. It burns kind of high, actually, for just a 97 proof. It's a sub 100, and I'm still getting a good, at the end, like that little bit of the numbing of the tongue toward the finish. No finish, but like clean toward the end. Yeah, it's decent. Cleanse my palate with an olive.
Cleanse my palate with some more bourbon.
So that's the 10. It's decent, which is weird. This is definitely a different flavor profile. But when you're getting into that realm of other bourbons and whiskeys on the market that are like 10 years old and in that $100 range, does this compete? I don't know. I mean, by name, it's Jack Daniels.
Yeah, we've had other 10 years that were better for less.
Right, and you can
Just
get
to be honest, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a Jack fan, so
Oh, if you're a Jack fan, you're not going to pass this
I don't
up.
want to trash them, but we've tasted better for less dollar value,
Yeah,
less cost.
I'm not trying to trash them. I'm just like, I'm not like McKenna 10-year. You get more variety in the adventure.
Right.
Like, you get different flavors in it. We just tried that Dark Arts was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy amounts of different flavors that we tried. But for this, if you're a Jack fan, yeah, you're going to seek it out. Is it anything nuts? Not really. I would dare say, like, it doesn't remind me of Jack at all, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. Good point. It doesn't have that Jack 7 taste.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm glad we picked it up to add to the collection, but it's a little disappointing without bashing it. Like, I'm not trying to.
Yeah, for a 10-year, yeah.
Yeah.
It's slightly disappointing.
Yeah. So the next, then, we got the 12-year, which is a higher proof. We're going from 97 proof to 107 proof. Also a limited release, as it says right on the side of the bottle. So the bottles are pretty much identical in labeling. It's just the numbers are different between the 10-year and the 12-year, the proofing. Again, 700 milliliter. And this one retail was $10 more, so $90 versus $100. Whittier on the nose immediately. Well, shit, I still got. You finished yours, but.
Yeah, that cleansed my palate. Remember?
Like, side by side on the nose, I get more wood on the 12, and almost like now that they're side by side, like a caramel on the 10. Maybe that's just the lower proof, where the caramel comes through more.
Yeah, I didn't get any caramel or caramel or caramel. That was a 10-year.
That's my Western New York. We say caramel and Prolly and Toronto.
Toronto?
Toronto.
Instead of Toronto?
No, there is no second T. I don't know what you're talking about. It's Toronto. Prolly. I don't think I never said any B in probably.
Look, I'm from Baltimore, and we got some words. I could tell you, people be like, huh? Like, I'll say every day of the week, as an example, Monday. Whenever I'm talking, it's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But whenever I say the second day, it's different. And
you say Tuesday.
Tuesday.
but the others are day.
Yep. You know, one day I say D instead of day, but it's always Tuesday.
Well, you just said day.
Yeah.
Oh, when you're conscious about it. Oh,
Right.
I gotcha. Okay. This has more going on. I mean, with it just being between a 10 year and a 12 year.
Yeah, the 12 is by far better.
I was
More
gonna
complex,
say
you know?
superior, even.
It's mouth watering. Yeah, being 107 proof, it's yeah, there's no dryness.
Like a quick sweet hit up front that goes away, and it's just oak. It's wood. Lingering wood.
Very oaky.
Yeah, very oaky. Which is nice. It's definitely got more going on than the 10. And it's amazing that just 2 years does so much difference. Well, it also could be that they're proofing this down. But they are vastly different. Phil is now pouring some of the single barrel.
Yeah, the single barrel select. So it's 133.3 proof.
Whew, buddy.
One of my all-time favorite.
Really? Would you put that in your top 5?
Of Jack, yes.
Of anything? When you say all-time favorite, you mean of
Jack.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Like 107 is great for mixing. It's cheap. You know, it could be a daily drinker if you're just straight up like to drink whiskey. You know what I mean? If you're just being simple, I guess would be a lack of better terms, you know, where you just want to drink it.
Oh, that's...
If you want something that's got like profile and, you know, other flavors and,
Yeah.
you know, just take your mind away from drinking, so to speak.
tasting versus drinking.
Right.
So that's what these, I'll probably have to zoom in.
Yeah.
They're both single barrel select, but the gold label is barrel proof.
Right.
And that gives you the 133.3 proof that you mentioned.
So
versus
the main reason I poured it was because the 10 year I didn't get a Jack smell, aroma, profile. The 12 year I noticed a hint of, like it reminded me of Jack. You know what I mean? So
on
I
the
poured,
12?
Yeah. So
Really?
I poured, and then you can take a whiff of that one. They're similar. Like I get hints more oaky in the 12 than the.
Yeah. There is a similar...
Yeah. There's a hint in the 12 year.
There's something herbal almost. Like, I don't know why my brain goes
Yeah,
to like grassy.
The 10 year doesn't remind me of Jack. The 12 year reminds me of Jack. Just to be honest, you know, like
Yeah.
being open about it, you know.
So that's got to be them proofing the 10 down.
Yeah, it's smooth. It's very oaky and sweet. I get a sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
And you already mentioned that. So, going back to my tastings, I've always had a snooze pouch in my mouth.
Oh, that's right.
Snoozeless,
Whoa.
senseless, snooze,
We are
snusless.
12 episodes in now. For the first 11 episodes, you've had snooze in your mouth.
Yeah.
You fall asleep with those things in your
I
mouth.
sleep with them, or I did.
Jesus H. When was the last time you went to a dentist?
When I had to have a tooth pulled.
Is that chicken and egg? Wait.
It's like, I've never been to a heart doctor.
Jesus, Phil.
Ain't nothing wrong with my heart. Why go to a doctor?
You are
You're good.
a miracle of science.
I'm a
That
freak of science.
tomato. You eat more butter than some farms produce, and your cholesterol's okay, and you're not on any statin.
Some vegetables are bad for you. There's like, I don't know how to say it because I'm not a doctor. You know what I mean? But like, okay, love cabbage, love Brussels sprouts. I call them baby cabbage heads, right?
Some vegetables are bad for you.
Yeah, there's toxins in them that we shouldn't eat that much of them.
You have
know
to
what I
put
mean?
a Professor Phil
Yeah.
disclaimer on the bottom of the screen.
And I'd have to Google it to see what they were. It's a specific name to what's in them. You know, like I can't give up potatoes. Part Irish.
Who can? Any American just meat and
I
potatoes.
can eat no
is, like,
carbs. You know, I can no breads, pastas, all that stuff. But put a French fry in front of me, and I'm going to eat it.
All right, sorry. Back to the so between the 10 and the 12, I mean, the 12 is by far better experience. Which it's crazy. You're only talking about a $10 difference.
Yeah, and it's worth the extra. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If you had if you had an option of the 10-year and the 12-year, go to the 12-year.
Yeah, I would say if you're at a whiskey bar or somewhere and you can taste the 10, yeah, taste it. It's just to know it's a decent whiskey. There's nothing. I would have a hard time picking this out of a blind lineup.
Right.
I don't think I would. You know what? I'm just gonna say I can't. There's no way I would pick this out of the blind lineup. There's nothing remarkable about it. The 12, it doesn't have a ton going on, but it definitely has more going on than the 10. So if you were ever in a scenario where you're looking at the 10 versus the 12, go to the 12 all day, every day. Unless you're a collector and you need the 10, which we did. I mean, he has a 10. I think you have like more than one 10
I
actually.
think I have two. I have one
Yeah.
unopened, I think. And I didn't bring either one.
12 has more character. So, but yeah, definitely the 12 all day long.
Yeah. It's just more interesting. It's like
Yes.
it's great for conversation because you're like, hey, this is Jack. No, it ain't. You know,
I would never.
I'm a Jack drinker, and I would argue that that 10-year, no, it's not Jack. They got that shit from somewhere else. Somebody poured something else in that bottle. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because I don't get Jack out of it.
No, I don't get sour mash from this at
Yeah,
all.
the 12-year, I get hints of Jack. It reminds me of Jack. Yes, master.
I don't know if I would have that out.
Remember that? What was that? The Booger was the one guy's name.
The Red
It was
to the
the-
Nerds?
Is that what,
That's the
was
only
that what it
booger
was?
I know.
Yeah, when he burped. And he
Oh,
called
yeah, the
him
bourbon
master.
contest.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Was
right.
when you did that.
I never put that together. Here on Bourbon Idiots, we don't give scores because we don't do math. We do 2 yes, no, maybes. One factoring just the juice, and then one factoring the squeeze, which is the price. Jack 10, $90, yes, no, maybe. I would say maybe, because it's not remarkable.
I'm a Jack fan, and I would pass it up for $90.
And I would say no factoring the price. Yeah. So it's a maybe and a no for me.
It's just it's plain. You know what I mean? It's got a good flavor to it, but it's
not bad.
it's plain. For $90, we've tasted better out there for less.
Oh, for sure.
The dollar value. You
Yeah,
know what I
and
mean?
we've got to do that episode. People have been asking us to do like a bottom shelf. We'll probably have to
we got
surprise
a
each
lot of
other.
bottom shelf.
We should surprise each other. Be like,
Because we got local stuff from all over the place.
Yeah,
You know what
like
I mean? That's,
under $30 a bottle. What can you get? And we've got plenty of options.
Right.
But yeah, I think we both agree. Like maybe on the juice, no, factoring in the $90.
yeah, I wouldn't buy the 10-year to mix it
Why?
because
Why
of
would
the
you mix
cost.
a 90?
Yeah, because of the cost. But sipping it and whatever, there's no complexity there. There's no. You taste it and it's just bland, I guess, for lack of better terms. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
So it's like, why drink it? I could just go drink Jack 7 or Russell's 10
or Knob 9 or something.
Whatever, yeah. Just any kind of whiskey.
So Jack
So
12, yeah, 10 maybe and a no.
Yeah.
Maybe on the juice, no factoring in the squeeze.
Right.
The 12, I would say yes. Just on what's in the bottle, not bourbon, sorry, whiskey in the bottle, I would say yes.
Yeah.
It's not what I would think of Jack Daniels.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a good journey. It's oaky. It's got some complexity to it. They haven't proofed it down. Factoring in the squeeze at $100 retail. If you could find it at retail, yes.
Yeah.
Secondary market, I've seen this like $250. I'd have to put it at a maybe. So like a yes and a maybe.
I'd keep looking.
Yeah. Yeah, secondary, I don't think I'd pay secondary on that.
Yeah, for the first bottle, maybe to have it in your collection, but because we've done that.
Oh, yeah.
We've overpaid for stuff just to have it in our collection, but
Yeah, because it comes down to sometimes it's just opportunity.
yeah.
Like if it's on the shelf and it's there versus not seeing it for 8 months.
Yeah, when you're looking for a bottle and for 6 to 8 months you can't find it other than secondary, you either take the plunge or
Yeah.
give up.
We've both done it.
And I'm not a quitter.
Okay. So Jack 10 and Jack 12, I think we both agree. A maybe and a no, and a yes and a maybe. I wish we had the 14 to also compare. The 14, this is off the top of my head. Retails for these, for retail for Jack 10 is 90, retail for Jack 12 is 100. I think the retail for Jack 14 is like 160. It's a huge jump. Retail. So secondary, I haven't even looked at secondary. It's probably something fucking ridiculous.
Oh, I'm sure.
I haven't talked to anybody that's tried it yet, but I'm really curious to know. It doesn't make that much. I mean, you're talking almost double for difference, and then the hunt on top of that. I don't know if it's just Brown-Forman, cashing in on the hype of these two, and there's 700 ml. You're getting less. It came out. Well, they announced it like February. This is June while we're recording this. They announced Jack 14 in like February, and everybody started watching for it. My wife and I went to an allocated event in April, and they had like 6 bottles. It's like that's nuts. You're like 2 months later.
6 bottles is
out of 150 people in
not
line.
Even a case, half a case.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's nothing. But like Jack, it's you can go there and you can. It's cool because I so wanted to buy a barrel. That's what got me into wanting to buy a barrel.
An empty
I want to
barrel
buy a
or
barrel.
a full barrel?
Full barrel. And you can ship it. Like I lived in Virginia.
Holy crap!
So I can ship it to Virginia, the ABC stores in Virginia, right? And then I could go. It'd be labeled with my name tag on it somehow or another. It'd still be a Jack.
Full barrel.
A full barrel, whatever the yield is of that barrel, all the bottles filled.
Oh, okay. So they do empty the bottles into.
Right.
Okay.
So then the bottles, people could come in and buy,
What are you gonna
or
do with that
I can give it to them, whatever. But yeah, I wanted to buy a barrel. Then over the years, it's like, I want to barrel this. I want to barrel that. I got to pick a barrel. But the cost just keeps going up. So anybody that wants a barrel, now's the time to get it. It's like real estate.
It is for like real estate. Yes.
Yeah. Take the plunge, man. Mm-hmm. Take out of your 401k, get that barrel, get it delivered to whatever city, state you live in.
We do not
Sell it to
condone
your
financial
friends.
advice.
You will make money if you got a good taste, a good sense of
The
taste. and
following
you pick the
comments
right
are
barrel.
not endorsed by Bourbon Idiots. We do
Right.
not take responsibility for financial losses that you take by putting your 401k into bourbon. So, but yeah, between the 10 and the 12, for sure, 12 all day. So now we had a comment from Age to Perfection Neat Life, and I'll read it here, and I'll probably pop it on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. He said or I don't know if it's a he, she, they said, the 1924 is one of my favorite in the Old Forest line. I'd like to see you try it against Jack Daniel's 10 and see where it stands up. Having had both, I think it beats that one as well. They're both 10 years. Brown-Forman versus Heaven Hill. Old Forester, I think, is Heaven Hill, yeah. Before going into it, these flavor profiles are completely different. There's so much sweetness and stuff going on with 1924.
Yeah, that's why I did a
Palate cleanser.
yeah.
With 133
proof. Yeah.
Good Lord.
That snuck up on me there.
I'm going to use an olive. And this is why Bourbon Idiots works, because we're completely different people. All right. 1924. Just sweetness nose right off the bat. Someone sneak down the stairs. God damn it.
The ninja's here.
Oh my God.
Come on.
Come on.
I heard 1924.
Well, you got to hold that glass still for me.
Can't.
You can't?
I only come for this.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Never mind. I'm not. I got nothing nice to say.
So we've done the 10 and the 12. Obviously, 12 is we've deemed better.
Yeah, we agreed
Of
that
Jack 10, actually. It's just a good nose. But this, yeah, I'd get
this. Yeah.
sweetness and vanilla and got fruity on the nose.
And the super long finish.
Yeah, it is getting shorter the deeper we get in the... when we got it right off the neck pour, the finish was so long.
Yeah, for being 100 proof,
Is
you
it only
don't
100?
feel it
Yeah.
like you do the 97 proof. The Jack 10 97 proof, right?
Oh, for sure. I agree with you. The Jack 1097
It's got
burns.
more bite.
Yeah.
Right.
More than the 100 proof.
Yeah, the 1924 is smoother than the Jack 10.
So much more going on.
1924.
Fruitier.
I did not taste the Jack 10 with you guys.
Here,
Negative, Batman.
Just taste that.
That's not,
That's
Yeah, the single barrel.
yeah, that's the 133
that was my
proof.
palate cleanser.
Idiot.
That's the start of the video.
You said to me, hey, what's wrong with Jack 10? What's wrong with Jack 12? Didn't say there was anything wrong with the two.
If this is what they have in their
Don't
shelf,
don't bash Jack to me. That's fighting. They're fighting words.
if this is what they have on their shelf and they're comparing, okay, that's what we're a 10-year to a 10-year. We agree with the comment. Completely agree.
Cheers. 100%.
Yeah, the 24 has a lot more going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The Jack 10 is not bad, but I'm repeating
It's okay
myself.
for a whiskey.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a Jack.
Yeah.
There are better 10 years out there, and there's definitely better in that $90 price range.
Agreed.
Right. And I've tasted some bad whiskeys for $90.
Oh, yes.
That-
Which is sad to say.
This is what
That
I
the
came
10-year
for,
Jack beats.
Okay, thank you.
I made my
Rebecca,
right
everybody.
time.
Your present.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I did hear you sneak down the stairs, like,
I heard.
You did this time?
yeah.
That
I was like,
It wasn't Luna. and a silkier mouthfeel, too. Sweetness and the wood and the fruits and the great finish. Like 24 continues to please.
I think you're in love with the 24.
I don't hate it. I wish it came out more than once a year. And it's only
I
come
wish
out,
we could find it.
but it's only like once a year. It's only come out twice. What they plan on doing for future years, we don't know. Because really, it was just an anniversary thing. They did this in 2024 to celebrate the 100 years from 1924, obviously. They did it again in 2025. Are they going to continue to do it? Do they have more of this 10-year? Nobody knows.
I was agreeing with you. If you can increase your yield, but that's so hard to
So hard to do without
to figure sales, future sales.
Yeah.
You don't know if something's going to take off or not.
10 years ago.
Right.
You had to figure this out 10 years ago. Like, yeah, maybe this will be good. And then not proofing it down below 100 and turning it into Jack 10,
Right.
right? Because if you proof it down too far, then you lose all those notes. You're adding water. So, yeah, completely agree with the comment. Old Forester 1924 is better than the Jack 10. So, we've
By
answered it.
far, right.
Yeah, by far. Thank you. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Our 1924 still continues to be our most popular episode, and we're trying to figure out why, to be honest with you. Maybe it's Rebecca. We
Apple
don't know.
pie a la mode. No, it wasn't that one, but
I
still.
don't know. So that's our Jack 10 and Jack 12 with a side of Old Forester 1924. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, tell your friends about it. That's really, word of mouth is helping us. We appreciate the interaction. We appreciate all the interaction. Hit the like button, subscribe. That helps us out. Ring the bell.
Ding.
And we'll be back with more. We're doing more shorts too on other media. It's crazy. I can't understand how crazy the shorts, like thousands of views in an hour. We're enjoying it. We hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you. I think I have two. I have one
Yeah.
unopened, I think. And I didn't bring you the one. The second one, or the opened, when I put those oak spirals in to try to age it to see if I could get it into a 12.
You're trying to turn a 10 into a 12.
It didn't work.